What's going on, fellas? This is Sir Studmuffin, leader of Affliction, and today we have another kind of leadership topic, right? So we're actually about to start this next war. If you didn't see, we didn't get the war matchup for our arranged war. I think there was kind of a mess up, maybe on both parts, for the war weights, but obviously this other group we got matched in like 30 seconds. So I don't know exactly what happened. We're not sure when we're gonna try it again because I know he lost people, and I mean after our loss, it's been a little rough. I feel like people aren't planning as much as that. They don't have as much hop in their step, right? So the topic of today, it's another leadership video. It's what to do as a leader, especially in my case, like when you're one of the highest, in the clan, and people naturally, but people kind of gravitate towards just asking you for advice or asking you questions. How do you get away from that, right? Because you only have so much time, right? And you don't want to create an environment where everyone's dependent on you. And I get it. And that makes sense. And I think people get it also. But people generally gravitate towards your authority, towards your leadership, towards your attacking, maybe, right? They might see you as the best player in the clan. Um, for whatever reason, maybe you have some of the best attacks because you're the highest as well. If that's the case, right? So what do you do? I struggle with this problem a lot, and I don't necessarily have the best. I may not have the best answer for it, but there are some things I've learned over time. So the first thing is positive reinforcement. So when you see someone that has a good attack, you want to make sure to tell them that. You want to make sure that people have confidence because you want that confidence to carry over into other people. So when they have confidence, they can help. But you want to make sure that the information that they know, the basics that they know, the fundamentals that they know, makes sense. So the way I think of it is kind of like a pyramid scheme almost. Sounds weird, but if you think about it, it kind of works. So basically what you do is you make sure to set good fundamentals, have a good environment, and by doing so, you create strong attackers. Okay? And over time, it'll get easier, but over time, those kind of attackers will go and naturally, if they see something and you want to encourage this, they'll go and say, hey, you could do this. Maybe you could think about this. So they'll start helping other people, and it kind of it's like a domino effect, to where those people then, as they grow in the clan, will start giving information as well. And you want this. You want to have a good fundamental base, right? So that's like the first thing I would say. Give people positive reinforcement. When they do well, let them know that. Now, in addition, you also need to make sure that you understand the game well enough. So, here's what I've done. I used to have YouTube just on my iPad, and I also have YouTube on my phone, and I also have my computer. So, I actually took the Clash YouTubers off of my iPad and my phone, to where my iPad and phone are just for, I guess, personal YouTube enjoyment or whatever. Like I don't know, watching all the different YouTubers that have nothing to do with Clash. Just kind of fun YouTubers. Uh, I guess that's the best way to say it. And then on my computer, I have the Affliction YouTube, and I have it specifically subscribed to Clash. So that when I upload a video or when I, have some time, I go and I watch some other YouTubers. To give you some good YouTubers to give to your clanmates, give them a little shout out. One Hive, of course. And if you didn't know, I've probably been watching One Hive since they were about at 2K subs. I got referenced from a clanmate His name was Croco, and he was very enthusiastic but not very mature. But he showed me Power Bang. I found this one, I believe, by myself, Nightly Gaming, who isn't as active, and I have heard, some kind of community drama around him. But he was the guy that kind of started Logo Wipe. One Hive, of course, is like the meta of all, YouTubers for competitive clashing. Then you have Powerbang, who I found probably at 100 subs, and funny enough, I actually, I guess, argued with him on a lot of things, and I feel like I probably shifted my thinking, but he was the way he thought I didn't like per se, but he's a good YouTuber, so I'll give him that. But I don't necessarily agree with everything that he has to say, and I know that as a result, from what I've heard, his clan isn't as good because he's not as structured and organized, and kind of only gets people from his YouTube. So I'm not bad-mouthing him, but I don't necessarily agree with him, and that's okay. Um, one of my favorites that a lot of people haven't heard of, Reddit Force Chronicles. They aren't as good, I would say, because for whatever reason they're just not as strong of a clan. But they try. They have a lot of losses. That's what I mean. But they try. They do practice attacks, which I love. That's like the one clan that has like practice attack academies and stuff like that, and I like that idea. I've been doing that for a while myself. I don't know who's been doing it longer, but when I see them do it, I really like that, and we're also trying to do it in our clan, and we're even kind of implementing a structure around that too. And I'll probably make a video specifically tailored for that. But we're working on it. It's kind of a work in progress, but I like it. And it really helps, and I've always been a huge advocate of that. Another YouTuber would be probably Clashing with Maddie, who is an emphatic elite. One of our old clanmates, Wi-Fi, actually played their clan, or kind of faced their clan, and Reddit Dark, who just merged with Reddit Omnicron, and they got slaughtered. But they're a very good clan, so it's nice to see some of their attacks. I know in his last video he was talking about Go Vaho, and I didn't realize how strong that was. So I really liked that a lot. And he's, when you're the leader of a clan and you're the highest, you need people to kind of look up to learn from, and that's what I've always done. I've never been in a clan where there's someone higher than me, really, to where I can learn from them per se. Um, it just hasn't worked out that way. Um, but that's okay. So sorry, I know I'm saying ums a lot. I need to focus a little bit. So here we go. That would be the second thing I do. Kind of encourage people to watch YouTubers. Make sure that you are educated. But if you see a good video, you want to make sure that you're educated in the scene. So if you see a nice video, share it. Uh, if you like our videos, share those because they're helpful also. I know that for our guys, they really enjoy our videos because it's specifically tailored for our audience, specifically tailored for our clan, right? So that's always nice, and people like to see their attacks and say, hey, watch this on YouTube, because not everyone can record their attacks per se. And any attack that we have that's a 3-star on a base that I think is pretty decent is recorded, and they are being saved, and I'm going to make how-to videos. And it's either going to be a Town Hall 8 hog tutorial or a Town Hall 8 like drag Zapquake tutorial. It's one or the other. Whichever one you guys would prefer. I think I'm at like 5 for hogs and 4 or 5 for Zapquake. So it'll get better over time. And I don't know how many replays I want to do, or like say once I'm at this amount of replays, I'll look at making a video. It's something I'm working on though. It's work in progress. Best way to say it. So those are some other things. The third thing that I would say is you also need to put a lot of groundwork in yourself. You need to make sure that you create an environment. So a lot of work is going to be done at the beginning. And so what I've always done is I've made sure to try and be as active as I can in general, because I kind of have an investment in this game, right? I enjoy it. And so if people have questions, don't be hesitant. But at the same time, once you've established more, so like recently, if I've been busy, I also let people know, hey, I'm busy and I need you to use your team. Don't necessarily use me, use your team. And it sounds weird, but you need to make sure that you say that sometimes. You got to make sure that people understand you can't be the only resource that they have. They need to be able to trust their team. And so in doing that, hopefully, the teams. This war, we've struggled a lot because people, well, it hasn't started yet, but from the beginning, I can tell we might have a few struggle attacks because a lot of people are kind of like self-planning and stuff like that. You want to make sure people understand though. So the best way that people understand not to just self-plan and to actively search is to look for that personality. If someone doesn't fit that and they don't fit the budget, kick them. There's no reason for them to be there, or don't have them in war. Make sure that they understand that that's what they need to do. And if they see it as a task, they're not the right person to have in war. So either don't take them off the active roster. Why would you have them in war? Don't put people in war that don't need to be in war. That's how I always see it. And what I mean by active war roster is the people that will be consistently in war. For example, if we have 15-15, I'll have about 12 people that will consistently be in war. And if they need to sit, they can sit. We're doing 15 wars right now. We have 24 members. That means I have 9 people that I can sit every war right now, which is good. That's what I like to do. And you want to make sure to do that so that if people do well, put them in war. They don't do well, have them do practice attacks and have them sit war. They don't need to be in war if they're not available or if they're struggling. And that sounds a little counterintuitive, but at the same time, it makes a lot of sense. Someone's struggling, they need to practice outside. And they know they want a war, so hopefully that motivates them. If it doesn't motivate them, there's not a whole lot you can do. But as a leader, you need to make sure that you're firm in some cases, but also not firm in other cases, if that makes sense. So those would be some things that I would certainly consider. You also need to make sure that you are a strong leader in terms of organization and, of course, tacking and things like that. But setting a good example is the best way. Delegating some positions. We have right now, usually we have at this point, like with 15 wars, we'd have 3 elders. We only have a co and 2 elders that are an elder co. And I don't think I've made a video on that, and I probably will. But that's very important because those people will help you really kind of guide your clan. Right now, to be honest, my co-leader has been busy for whatever reason and hasn't done a whole lot, so I've kind of taken over his role. Sometimes you have to do that as a leader, and if you don't have the time, you don't need to be the leader. There's a lot of clans where there's not strong leaders, and those clans don't do very well. That's just something that I've kind of experienced. So I would say that's about going to wrap this video up. I don't necessarily have anything else off the top of my head, and I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. What I'm going to do is I'll probably have all these videos right now to where you can see, in the first 15, 20, 30 wars, this is what I think. But how is my attitude going to change maybe later on? So I might remake some of these videos and have them both posted. I don't think that'll hurt because my perspective of the game will change over time, as I'm sure many of yours has. Through these videos, through the game meta, through whatever. So I am basically going to have this video uploaded probably on Monday, and then I'm probably going to have something Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Try and keep true to that 5 videos a week. We're probably going to be doing back-to-back until next Thursday to keep the clan updated. I'm sure most of you know. I think a lot of people are enjoying this. I think we're at 36 subs now. My average minute time has gone down just a little bit in terms of viewership for videos. But we're working at it. It takes time. And hopefully the videos aren't too repetitive. I'd love to hear your insights. Please, if you have any ideas, make sure to comment. I know I got some comments on the how to take a loss video. To quickly go off of that before I end this video, I wasn't necessarily anticipating a loss fully, but I was prepared for the worst, hoping for the best. You always prepare for the worst case scenario, and you hope for the best. And we didn't necessarily take a break. I've taken a break in the past. Just depends on where you're at with the clan. We were going to do kind of an arranged war and just trying to go bullhead our way through it. So That about is going to wrap this video up. As always, this is Sir Stud Muffin, Leader of Reflection, and I'm out. Peace.